Hi, everyone. We're off Slate Media, and this is Bite Size Thursday. Woo! I'm Jared. This is Jake.
Yo.
And if you're joining us, we have just finished our Sherlock series last week, and now we're going into a new show, just the two of us, to finish out most of the year. We will be watching Star Wars Visions.
Dude, we talk about Star Wars every episode of every show that we do on this channel, and we are finally... Well, I guess we watched Obi-Wan, but let's not talk about that again. We are finally talking about something that I assume is going to be good. It looks good.
If not good, at least interesting. And every week will be a different thing, because it's a different animator or studio.
Hold on. I don't know if I can sign up for that. There's no variety in Star Wars. You can't have that.
Well, depending on how these episodes play out, we'll see.
Okay, touche.
Yeah. I have heard mixed things about the whole thing. I've heard some episodes people love, and then I've heard some people really hate some episodes. So I'm kind of interested to start it. I know we watched the first couple, I think back in 2021, around the time when these dropped.
What did we do that for?
I don't remember. We were sitting in this room, and I think we had the projector on. This is back in the Dickie era, and before he had shown up, we were like, I want to watch some of these. They just came out, because they came out in September of 2021. And I'm like, I don't really feel like watching something right now, but you threw on the first one, which is called The Duel. That's what we're watching today.
The Duel.
And I remember sitting there, not going to pay attention, and I ended up paying attention to the whole thing, because I remember it being great, and that's what kind of gives me hope that these will be good. They're not very, at least this one's not very long. This one's 14 minutes. It is animated by Kamikaze Duga. I believe that's how you say that. I looked this person up. They are an animator and animation producer. They produced Batman Ninja, and they were in the animation department for Tales of Crestoria, The Wake of Sin, back in 2020. So that's all I could really find on this person. So it sounds like, if not one person animated the whole thing, one person, did the designs of it, and then a team did it. But yeah, all I remember about this one is classic. It's like samurai Star Wars. Some loner comes to town, big fight, cool lightsaber reveal, and yeah, that's what I remember.
I don't remember much. I'm excited for the show, though. I always like Star Wars that is unexpected and not about... I don't know what it wanted, but it beeped at me. I always like Star Wars that is not about the, I'll say, core 3 trilogies that we have.
Yeah, you like it when it branches out and actually does some world building.
Yeah.
And doesn't focus on the Skywalkers or the Palpatines.
Or just when it's different and I don't expect it. That's kind of why I liked The Last Jedi, is because it was different.
Which we've talked about.
But we're not going to talk about that right now.
Yeah. Anything else to say before we go into the duel?
I don't have anything.
Alrighty. So, here, I'll throw it to you. Let's
take a bite.
Welcome back. We just watched The Duel, the first episode of Star Wars Visions, and that is really good. I recall you saying a couple years ago when we watched it, I want a whole series of this, and I said, yeah. Almost like Star Wars is kind of better suited for the episodic TV format.
Or almost like Star Wars is better suited to be more artistically interpreted than the... this is going to sound bad, the puppy mill that it's become.
Yeah. I have found, and this is just my age and what I grew up with, I've liked the animated content better.
You've always liked animated better. You saying that is not anything new. You always like animation better. It's the ultimate medium. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You are not wrong in your opinion by any means. It's just, it's not shocking to me that you would say that.
It's just when it comes to Star Wars, because a lot of us grew up watching the original trilogy, and then of course the prequels are coming out when I was a young kid, so I was loving those.
Most of the prequels are animated. You should have liked those, right? right. I
mean, as a kid, I loved them, yeah. But watching this, it's they can do so much more with the look of this franchise, and they often don't. They often just kind of make it your basic sci-fi thing, which of course I say basic. That's kind of a lot of people spawn off of the
assembly
original.
line, whatever.
Because they want it to look
prints
the
money.
same. Yep. Well,
things like these don't get the money behind them.
Yeah, which is a shame because and watching it, it's like I know it's.
I'd take a
14
comic
minutes.
book of that.
I love, and that's how I like the look of it.
I actually think I'd prefer that style in a comic book because, like, as we watched it, like the moving black like shadows on their face, like the contrast was starting to get to my eyes a little bit. Like if there was a series, I don't know that I could watch more than a couple episodes at a time.
Yeah, but crazy to think one person did that.
Are you sure it was one person?
I think so, yeah, because when I look on this list, when it says animated by, it will give a whole studio, but this just has a name, and their name was above the title for this, because it's the writer and director are different people, so that's just letting you, that's my guess is letting you know, one person animated this, and it's originally in Japanese, I was guessing, because the English was not matching up to the lip movement, so I go, this is originally Japanese. Makes sense.
That could also be just the style it was drawn in. You don't know that unless you have something that says that.
Yep, there are Japanese voice actors listed on this.
Okay,
that's
well, you didn't say that initially.
I just saw it here, and then Lucy Liu was the person dueling with our main Ronin character. So it's a good fight. I like seeing the what's the samurai blade go? Katana?
Yeah.
Is that the right term? As like the hilt. I thought that looked cool, and how it doesn't go in and out. He has like an actual like I'm bad with names. What do you put a sword in? Sheath. There we go. I love when he takes it out the first time. The angle of the camera and how it kind of, I couldn't tell if it did the vertigo shot, the zoom pullback thing.
I think that would be, if it does, I think it only does it minutely, because I think with everything that's going on in that animation, I think that would be a little bit too much.
I just thought it was just that one shot of him pulling it, because it kind of almost looked like a fisheye, what would be a fisheye lens in live action, because it's supposed to put emphasis on the blade and that little twist, because of course, Loner, who's standing up for these village people, he's got to be a Jedi, and they're even saying in the thing, he's a Jedi, and then he pulls out that blade and you go, I did not expect that.
But then also, this is going to reveal what a nerd I am. Color does not necessarily represent an entirety of a Jedi. They're just more common to be Sith with red blades like that.
Yeah, and he had the red kyber crystals, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've watched Star Wars stuff, but he had them on the inside of his thing. I'm so bad with terms right now, but he gives one to the kid.
Kimono?
Thank you. I'm so bad.
I don't know what that is, if that is actually what that is. It might be a different thing, but I think the term they use in Bleach is Jihakuso. I don't really know.
But yeah, that was I loved seeing that shot. It's like, he's been hunting them down. That's why he's here, and it kind of tells you everything you need to know. And it's like, I still want more. But it's like, okay, he's hunting these down for some kind of reason, personal, whatnot. He comes here because he's probably heard about this bandit leader who's called Koru, but is never said in the episode. It just says here, and
I think here I go defending The Last Jedi, because it takes place in a post-war era. Clearly the Empire War, because that was the body of an AT-AT they were cruising around in, or at least it looked like it.
It says 20 years after a war between the feudal Jedi Empire and a renegade Jedi sect called the Sith. It's in an alternate history.
I was just going to say, it lends credence to the Last Jedi's assertion that anybody can be a Jedi at basically any point in time. with the kid with the broom.
Yep.
Your probably most maligned Star Wars scene.
Oh, people hate that scene.
I don't know why. It's so innocuous. Do I appreciate it as an ending to the movie? I think the movie probably could have ended better than that. But do I hate it? I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. Oh, back to the duel, the umbrella.
That's so cool.
I love it.
That is so. Why does he give it to the dude?
I don't know.
He's not going to be able to use that. He can't put a kyber crystal in that.
He can turn it into an actual umbrella.
I was sort of hoping. I didn't remember much of this. I was sort of hoping she would fight him for a little bit with the umbrella before taking out the lightsaber.
Yeah, but I'm happy with what we got. Of course, anything samurai based is going to have Kurosawa all over it. Mm-hmm. It's even in the one, I think that was 178:1 aspect ratio. I'm not great with aspect ratios, but it's got it's got the black bars on top. Mm-hmm. Just very cinematic look. I like how it's in black and white outside of the red of the blade. There are a couple greens.
Some yellow.
Yeah, there's just little things. It's like the color draws attention to important things, and I really like that. There's a lot of artistry and detail and effort put into this, and I'm hoping the rest of these will be like that.
More effort put into that than most of the rest of Star Wars.
Yeah. Again, instead of like giant $100 million movies or like shows that have multiple episodes, it is a 14-minute thing, so you can really, really get super detailed.
Yeah.
But still, like we're gonna keep saying it. I'd take a whole series of this.
Yeah.
Just stuff that's more interesting, and it is Jedi Sith stuff, which is Star Wars, but I like when they're not the main characters or featured as much. And I think a lot of people, at least after Clone Wars first started coming out, realized, oh yeah, this can work without Jedi or Sith being the main characters all the time. Yeah, that's what I got to say about the duel. You got anything else?
Not so much.
Alrighty. Before I announce next week, you wanna do the
do
show?
I want to do this? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you want to join with us as we keep on having these Star Wars visions,
there it is.
You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok.
What was that one before?
That's a funny TikTok.
No, before that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Twitter. Sorry, that's not real. That's X now.
Formerly known as Twitter.
On the podcasting websites, you can check us out on Apple, Spotify. Google maybe is still around. We're not really sure. iHeartRadio, YouTube, and definitely on YouTube. You're going to want to hit that subscribe button, ring our bell.
Yep.
Ding, ding.
Check out our groovy website.
Get notified when we're doing new stuff. And come on back next Bite Size Thursday, y'all.
Yeah. Next week is the second episode by Studio Colorido called Tatooine Rhapsody.
Hopefully it's better than bullcrap.
Anything is better than that.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a bold statement.
Anyway, until then... Take a bite.
Take a bite.